Okay, it's March 17th. I've got this thing put together fully. These are torqued down to 55 foot-pounds. And I did one more final check on the gear contact pattern. And I am really happy with that. I mean, that's basically looks to be right in the center of the tooth, both from the face to the root, as well as from heel to toe. So that's the drive side right there you're looking at. Let's go back here and we'll look at the coast side. Rotate that a little bit. And it's the same thing here. So it's not into the root and it's not coming off the gear, and it's practically centered. So that's what we want. That's gonna ride real well. All right, now I'm on to installing. Well, I'll install the diff cover first and get that done, and then I'll be on to installing the new ball joints into the knuckles, as well as assembling the axles and so forth. Here I've got RTV on the mating surface on the housing. Now I'm going to put the gasket on there, and then I'm also going to put the RTV on the gasket itself. Okay, like I said, I've got the RTV on this side of the gasket as well, and my cover is ready to go. Okay, I got all my cover bolts in place. I've got my torque wrench set to 20 foot-pounds, which is what this calls for. It's a 1/2 inch socket. All right, these just came via FedEx, and what this is a new set of wheel lockout hubs, and I decided to go ahead and get new ones because I've spent so much time and already a fair amount of money replacing the gears and bearings and all that kind of stuff. The old hubs, 38 years old. I mean, it's time for new ones. It wouldn't be complete if I didn't do this as well. So let's see what these look like. These are made by a company called Mile Marker, and I decided to go with these because there were a lot of really good reviews on them, and I like the way they look. That's nice. So I'm free. Let's see, lock is this way. Oh, nice. It's got a nice detent there where it's real solid. You can feel where it's locked in and feel where it's free. Nice hefty locking hubs here. This is all chrome metal, metal in the middle there, I believe. And this is a cast piece here, so definitely more heavy duty than the factory ones by far. So I'm excited about that. Mile Marker hubs. All right, not ready to install those yet, obviously. Got the differential cover on, it's all buttoned up, and now I'm going to move on to ball joints, axle, U-joints, and these are the ball joints, new U-joints for the axles. This here is the spindle seal kit. Got both of those to be new, and then this is the hub, the rotor, the backside where the bearing, the inside bearing. This is a seal for that, so keep grime, dirt, dust, whatever out of there. So I've got my parts. Now it's just time to get started. Here we go. Okay, I got my 3-in-1 tool set up here to press this ball joint in. Putting the lower one in first. But what I had to do here is, unscrew this from the actual jaws, so you can get the jaw inside there, then use the longest spacer that I have in the kit that's sitting right down on top of the ball joint. And then on the other side of the spindle where the ball joint's pressing through, there's a spacer. But I could not get that spacer on until I pressed the ball joint part way in. Now I've got it on there, everything is nice and centered. So here we go. Yep, looks like it's down in there. All right. One down, one to go. Another town and one more show. Tell me if you can guess that song. All right, so I'm gonna get the other one taken care of. One thing of import here is this right here, as you can see, is angled where the casting is right there. So I had to make that wash, or the coupling there, I had to take some material away from it so I could get it to sit in there flat. And press it in. So, and then the other thing is, when you put it in, they tell you in the instructions, I don't know, I think I threw them away already, to make sure that you put this in a kind of a 45, so that you can get to it. It's the grease fitting right there for the top one, grease fitting for the bottom one's down here. So, all right, moving on to the other one and move you back. I got both those done. So again, make sure that if you're doing this, that you make that grease fitting, if it were at like 12 o'clock right there, you want it to be at I could have probably angled that in a little bit more than what I did, but hopefully things won't get in the way so I can't grease that. This one's angled a little bit better, I think. I think this one moved on me when I was putting it in there, but just slightly. Should be okay though. Should be okay. All right, so now those are done. I got to go on to the axles and get these U-joints installed. Here we go. All right, I decided to do the steering knuckles first because I've got my son here to help me hold this axle still while I torque it down. So you got to go up through the bottom. Actually, you got to take this sleeve, the old sleeve, out of there first. Okay, that was ridiculous. That other one came right out. This thing was so rusted and frozen in there, it's unbelievable. So I'm gonna get those threads cleaned up and then get start installing. Okay, so what we gotta do here is stick this bottom section through first. Now you gotta pull up high enough on it to get this nut started. We're going to use this nut right here to draw that ball joint up in so it won't spin when we go to torque that nut down.
This nut here is supposed to be torqued to 80 foot-pounds. Move down here a little bit. Just gonna want to go that way.
Okay, that's 80 foot-pounds. So now I can take this one off. So we got a new sleeve here. It's got to go down in. Okay, now this one gets torqued to 50 foot-pounds. Reset my torque wrench. All right. Foot-pounds. And now, last but not least, the castle nut.
Is it this one?
Yes. No, it's that one, sorry.
Yeah, this one.
And this one goes to 100 foot-pounds. All right. It's going to want to go that way, so you can. there. And it's right on the money. So if this slot here did not line up with the cotter pin hole, you wouldn't want to loosen it up. You'd want to take it to the next facet here of the castle nut. But this one's lining up perfectly, so I don't need to do anything else. All right, and that's it for the knuckles. And I'm done, Carter. You can go work on your bike as needed. Thank you. All right, so I'll get the cotter pin installed and move on to the axles.